use that is Snatch Steal in this card. Russian series history is now put to spin Snatch Steal, force your opponent to trade you card collection. That's right, I can take anything from Alex's collection. That said he can do the same thing. My collection too. Take anything from my collection, take it yourself. We decided as powerful as the Snatch Steal is, we're gonna make it optional. So if you land on Snatch Steal, you don't have to use your Snatch Steal, you don't have to exchange cards, you can say tough luck, buddy, we're still playing the same game from before. That being said, it's not like tickets where you can stash the ticket. Just for later, you have to use the Snatch Steal in the episode. So, if you decide you don't like anything on the wheel, you can still take your 3 tournament packs and for that's something we decided last season was probably the best way to do it. Just stick with that. I think the wheel's too good right now, so I'm going to spin the first wheel of Season 2 of the Mission Series. Let us see. Again, I'll glitch things still a lot. Obviously looking for the altars, I think that's the most powerful. Oh my god! Wildcard Ultra! I mean, I'm taking a Monster Reborn and I'm slapping it. That's fucking... My god! Progression Series 2, great start. Now let's tell about Battle Raider. I don't care.
No, there really isn't much else to say. Gage definitely deserved to win the last episode because I could not draw a roll to save my life in the case of a Vice White Dragon. Also kind of scared that he got some decent pulls out of Elwood. Our luck will turn around with Battle Raiders released on June 26, 2002. This is going to definitely speed up the game significantly. Right off the bat, in future rare slots, some install a 2500 1 tribute, one of the strongest 1 tributes in the game. And yes, there were some better ones later on, but for now, this is definitely the Battle Raiders started to introduce a lot of effect monsters to the game. Cards like Mask of Darkness, White Magical Hat, the Kingslayer himself debuted in Battle Raiders, and while he may only have had a short time in the Mission series, he was definitely one of the most iconic. Hopefully, go ahead and this set also introduces some very powerful 2 tribute monsters in the form of Song of the Thunder, Kazijin, and Sumijin. These are very interesting because anytime it's being attacked, it can actually target the attacking monster and make its attack to 0, which actually gives it built-in protection, and even a White Dragon can't topple it. And yes, while there are some bad cards in this set gave us Magician of Faith, which we're definitely going to be looking to get. I really hope they just do a single copy. So it's Regeki, and we already know how that goes for when I had Regeki Magician of Faith. This is just cool. Moving down to the spells here, there is a lot to talk about. Tribute to the Doom is actually some of the best removal we have access to in the early stages here. It does come at a discard, but it doesn't have to be a mix-up monster, so we'll have to take that. Change of Heart is a game-changing ultra that I really hope we can access. We didn't have this at all in Season 1, so if we can get it for Season 2, that'd be fantastic. And then, of course, we have the Surgers and Sengen and Roots of the Black Forest, which is a little bit later on, but these are also going to dictate a lot moving forward as well, because we've seen the power that Sengen and Roots offer. The fact that we can tune them for almost anything in our deck is invaluable. 7-Colored Fish is also the All-Star Raider coming in at 1800 attack. It's also a common, so if we can nab a few of these, I'll be very happy to see it, because this will be relevant for at least the next several episodes. I sometimes forget just how many cards are actually
afraid? Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid? Delicate as silk. Is it my turn now? With each rising flames, now that's more like it.
This is another card that actually dodged Season 1, so let's see if we can go ahead and get it in Season 2. And Instant Pack and Heavy Soul down there for bottom. I mean, there are just so
destruction shall rise.
Unfortunately, we have to start with
Have a taste of purgatory.
Tournament Pack 1, unfortunately, because now we're on the TS Pack or Astral Pack or Champion Pack there. Let's look it up. Actually, it was actually pretty good. Series 17 was I'll take it. Let's add to the collection. That's
cutting edge of fashion.
It's all about Battle Raiders. Huge sentiment.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Saying which the one as well as any of those banned spells and stuff too. We're looking for all of them. Let's see if we get 24 packs then. Begin.
Darkness has been sealed away. My blade is all that remains. Time to shine. As a good knight should.
So powerful. Oh my god. Already winning. Time Wizard, bro. He's extremely good. I don't have
Sundown is only the beginning.
There's one thing. That's what I'm saying. His cards in 8 that they on 8 and also
Alright, you guys, 24 packs of Metal Raiders coming right up. We need some seriously big hits if we're going to turn this around and give Gage much of a challenge, because his rolls are already looking much better than ours. So let's flip up pack number 1 and see. Shield and Sword is a great start. This is Robutal, technically speaking, in like a convoluted way, but we'll take it. Okay, there's super rare. There are plenty of better super rares we could have pulled. The Karibo is what we were working with here. God, if that was like a heavy storm or the myriad of other cards this could have been, would have been much accurate. Oh, Barrel Dragon Ultra Rare. Now, this is cool, but the problem is, again, this could have been like a Change of Heart, a Mirror Force. There's a lot of better Ultra cards this could have been. We still have a lot of packs to go, but this is a house. If we can actually drop this, that might be pretty game determining. Also, I don't want to discount Rocket Goblin, because this probably has more longevity than Barrel Dragon.
Fuck this one. Gardacia Elephontis is a there's not much more to say about this. It's on the weak side, like Red Eye Black.
15's an awkward number.
I got a heavy sword, and I got a sand, which is good. I'd like to get a little bit of that, but so far, as for the Metal Raider, I don't think it's worthy of the reset. Dragons, it's an ultra. Fair. Another white patch in the hat, take a pretty good light box in but
Cannon Soldier's like whatever. Ryukushin power to 1600 though, and that actually matters quite a bit because we do start to just immediately power creep a lot of LMB's monsters, so we'll take it. Same thing with a card like Big Crown, another 1600 body. Hey, our Semicolon Fish, very happy to see this early on. Also, paralyzed Southstage's monster. It's a very good card, and a format that doesn't have a lot of spell trap. Also, this does actually
You can't run!
Oh, serious? What? Oh, this is like some Deck Master Spirit shit. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. It is a rare summon.
Animal hypostasis emulation!
Seeing some of the luck that we had in some episodes, I don't take anything for granted. Again, happy to see it. It's locked in the collection.
That is a pretty sick pickup on nice ultra rare grab. Great bond, good last 2 packs, anything that I can nab up in the close here. Nope. Alright, I got a second. Jumped on set on, I'm pretty sure he played 1 second to 5 for sleep. Sure, see how it works out. Other than a couple ultras, not gonna use it all again this time. I'm pretty satisfied. Heavy sword, that. Actually, you know what, actually? I'll look at that too. Not that many.
Yeah!
That's one
Punishment! Have fun with this gift! Too late for Barbados! Guide us! Stand clear! Enhanced Animal Module 75! Absorption test!
Using my heavens. Because you know the choice as it is, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am being the first redoer ticket. I'd be starting to sync the pick up and everything, but I feel like Metal Raiders is one of those sets that has rare monsters hitting singular sag in its own one. Like, let's give it a look. Let's see what we can.
Block Attack is also another fantastic piece of again paired with a monster. I want to see more spells like this because in tandem with some good stat line monsters, we're gonna have a pretty okay deck going into this episode. Oh, and there we go. Dark Elf as a prime 2K beater. It does cost 1,000 life to attack, but that's perfectly fine because this actually contests most of the format. Okay, and another Sangan. Now Sangan's not going to stay at multiple copies for long, but we can at least abuse it while we can. And I wish this were a Witch of the Black Horse in all honesty, because then we get 1 in 1. So hopefully in our next 10 packs we can at least pull a witch. What? 3 Karibos! What is going on? Oh my god. I also think this is like my 3rd or 4th Shadow Bolt as well. Like, the rares are just not going my way. Stimpaks also of note. Prevent Rat's a 2K effect as well. Look up, it's actually an interesting rare.
Stand clear!
Attacking events.
Tears of the storm! Wind, hear me!
On the stages, we still have a full grip. This card is actually
You can't run! Absorption test!
But it engages me.
Animal hypostasis emulation!
We go action. Metal Raider. Let me get a couple additional things. Please give me one. Pack number 1. No heavy storm for this time. Don't worry, we still got it. Second, pack number 12. That's a really big pickup. I'm happy with that. We talked about it. Not even one. It's fine. Key carding is okay. Oh my god, the hollows keep coming in. None of the rare stuff. Dark's opposite. What? Magician.
I also want to point out, this is like my 5th Princess of Tsurugi, which that means this could have been like 5 copies of Witch or Seigen, or just like a relevant pair because, what is it, Shields, or even like just maybe besides this. Okay, well, there's a 4th Seigen, like, and I think that was which is the Black Forest, because we're not going to use the Seigen as much as I want. Okay, there's one setting for fish, nothing else is super sheer. It's like pretty admirable, but it's like somewhat clean. It's like they're the best of this pack.
Remo Super Rare Yo! And the Thunder Dragon. And what Thunder Dragon's actually pretty cool, I think this is one of the comments that we just didn't get any of last season. Like it.
You can't
Go
run!
on the other hand.
Shiver!
Oh, that's
Don't repeat
change
the
of
course.
heart.
Wind, hear me! Absorption test!
Just to make it happen. This is to make up for, I guess, the heavy I'll definitely. Sewage into. Alright, that's a pretty good double trip monster to be able to add. One of the better ones. 8 guard system. Which, yeah, okay, that is a type sword picking up Witch, a Sandy, also Suijin as well, Tree Arts is really strong. Still no Magician of Faith, but I definitely think this is on the right track. Alright, last 3 packs, no Magician of Faith, but you know, it's what it is, second Sang, it's fucking gargantuan though. Yeah, this was definitely all again. Last 2 packs, close here. Right? Oh, I got the 1,000 dragon though, bro. Look at the man, the secret rare. All I get to do, I think this is a lot better than the first time around. I'm a really good generic boss for this episode, as well as we actually have 2 Thunder Dragons. So we have a self-sustaining 2. Definitely think this was the right choice to all of things that way. Actually, I'm excited to build them. See what we do.
Alright, guys, only a few packs left of Metal Raiders. Gotta be honest, not super thrilled. We have 3 Sangen. We still don't have a Witch of the Black Forest. I don't think I've seen a Dragumo either, which is a bit concerning because that's like the best meter in this whole set, even if we only played for like 1 episode. So let's flip them up and see. There's the Kingslayer. Alright, I was gonna get pretty upset if we didn't get at least a single copy of it. I'd like to have multiple, but I think this will probably replace our copy of Triborn Dragon just because at least it has built-in protection. I don't know if we're still going to play 2 triggers, so we'll have to see. Going into our second to last pack
Goodness
here.
gracious, I'm so slow.
Close. That's not too great. I would put how it's okay, but I
We're
don't
way behind
think
schedule.
we need any more copies of it. Last pack. Can we please just get something crazy this time around? Please! Oh. God, wow, pretty lackluster actually, and gotta admit, I'm pretty disappointed. We also didn't get a Witch of the Black Forest either, because I think we missed out pretty significantly on not getting one of those, because we're only going to be able to take Sangen moving forward, and that's a bit rough. So, we're going to have some deck building to do, so let's get into it.
Coming off about Hotland North years that it did last episode, adding a whole bunch of killer staples that you've seen already, like Change of Heart, Monster. But these cards are just absolutely ridiculous. And pairing them with a whole bunch of decent cards that I think will balance the last Cloud. There's Cloud Control, which is that. In fact, I wanted to try it, but I don't think I ended up getting the Cloud back. And now we've actually got Ash and Dream. When these guys change their position, Dream destroys the monster. House and Bounce. These are both pretty control swords for like when Alex is just not playing the game, just do our thing, manages forward, followed up something like Blue Eyes, or Stack, something like that. I think last time we just played Drive Lumo and just sat with the Drive Lumo. 2200 is big on its own, a lot, but proactive, so I decided to go it's the cards to the rats to sit just in the defense until flowers pop up. Just go. Cards like Change Your Heart, like Nick, Monster. I think with these types of power ones,
Should we really be off work this
see how
early?
we do. Damn.
There is still a lot left to
It's
do.
the Agent Gauge. I don't know what his pulls look like, but ours were not fantastic. So let's do the card by card, I guess. We have Crass Clown, which is like a discount Hane. Switch it from defense to attack, then space down. We bounce some monster back to the hand, so it could be relevant for something like Robin Goblin, because maybe he'll attack things like a 2K defender. Dark is great because it is a 2K attacker, even though it does cost 1,000 life. At the very least, it's good to pump, just slap it down, just pass again to get over it. Luka's going to be very good in the early game. See for 1. 3 Sangen is some of the best pulls that we've gotten. However, we don't want great things to grab with it because most of our big offensive monsters have obviously one attack. We can get like which is cool. We can get complicated. White Magical Hat, some of our 2K defenders as well, but it just gives us more cards essentially. Shadow Ghoul is the only tribute monster I'm playing. This card kind of just sucks. I mean, until this card can be gigantic. Like, testing monsters into a trap. You just be sure to
I
go
see
like
everything.
ice.
Dissipate.
So that's why I'm not dragging from the sun to up the thunder. I just think they're too high investment for this. And so Shadow, I think it's slightly better than like Flame Cerberus because although it starts with a lower attack, it actually gets good. And what I don't like about Flame Cerberus is that it's specifically opposed to Jurai Hero, which by the way I pulled 0 up. And we have 2 unhappy maiden. I like this because if we're just close to death, we can just set this and then like it buys us another turn essentially because there's very few ways Gage can actually get rid of this that isn't by battle, especially if it's set. You have to like exactly like get this or like share the pain or something. But if you want to do that, so be it. One white match will have we have to play the Kingslayer. Is it great? Not so much. I mean, we're really far ahead. This is going to seal the game up, but we'll see. 2 7-colored fish, only got 2. Fantastic. 3 blue winged crowns, our next base monster. 2 giant soldier star, 2 native vendor, same thing with Red Rat. 2 leadership power, also only got 2 of this. And we're also playing 3 Skull Redbird. I'm deciding
Healthy body, healthy
Gage may
mind.
not play this anymore, and this actually puts Skull Redbird to 1750, which means it actually hits over everything besides 7-colored fish, Dorkel, and Droid. So that's really good.
Born of icy frost, the bond is strong.
So I don't want to play it in the spirit of the heart beats out all monsters. For the spells, only a single copy of Block Attack. I can't believe this, some of these are common. Yes, we got 1, so that's decent. Double Fisher, pretty probably the worst card in existence, but it's good enough for this, I guess. German should be attacking on machine type monster. This card is decreased by 310 each of its standby phases. That's usually 5 standby phases. It's kind of a card. So, in theory, if Gage has a card that's 2 we can set one of our 6 2-meter vendors, and a quick case monster with germ infection, he won't be able to hit over this most likely because the attack reduction doesn't happen immediately. It has to go on turn cycle, and on the next turn, let's say it's like a 7 right, it goes down to 1500, and then one of our monsters will most likely be broken. So it's like the slowest spell in existence, but I'm kind of desperate. There's a 2 paralyzing potion, I wish I just got free of this, but you know, that's Metal Raiders. Pot upgrade, shield and sword, we didn't even this, which is pretty nice. Skill pack is our only equipped spell that, you know, is for our monsters. We didn't get any sort of deep-seated, we didn't get another stim pack, which is about 2 supplements of LV and a problem goblin. The extra deck is completely irrelevant, and for the side deck, I already talked about the trick monsters, and I'm not just talking but I have to be anyway, because I changed my mind. Grim Digger and 3 soul release in case maybe he's on Shadow. Maybe he has some synergy with I don't know, but you know, it's also makes a Lumineon Crown trade with 7-color fish, like the 2 share the game. This is more of a problem is it comes in a 2-for-1, and the opponent gets to pick the monster that he actually tribute. So it's only good if Gage only has like 1 monster. So I figure we'll share the game. If we get into an instance where we can like sack Sandman or like Unhappy Maiden and make it into a big monster, that's pretty good, but I want to assess Gage 1 just to see how desperate I am. Well, at the very tremendous fire, if this game is no close, this can actually do a lot of damage quickly, and I can pretty easily side out of some cards here, and I but I can't see what Gage got, because if it's like it's anything that was an LOE, this is going to be disgusting. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not make it any longer. It's time to do it. Gage, how do you feel the spin in you? Mine's wheel of maybe season 2 of I know what I can.
That wheel out. I feel bad you won't get the chance to spin it. It is so crazy, bro. It was so. If all the monsters that you are ridiculous. The fact that they're all undefeated too.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to add a bit of chaos to the series for sure.
I get way out of practice.
It's funny how, like, for episode 2, everything applies in the wild card section to just the first set. Yeah. It's like, we take your Metal game, which is still pretty good at all things considered. How do you feel about your Metal Readers?
I can fix this.
Okay. Making me nervous. We'll just get to the game. Get rather into the game, because I think it's more exciting to show you rather than to tell you. Let's shout out the patronage, Troy Morris. Thank you for the support. A bit of a battle here for the rock, paper, scissors. Yeah! Alright, at least we even the score on
It needs a score on RTS, but
oh, it's gonna be an even matchup. This 1-1, baby. I'm coming from that wheel, and I think the setup is probably the move. I see you decided to like monsters.
Alright, man.
You as well. I have a couple T-cent to pass. Go ahead.
Interrupt. Set pass, go ahead.
Just a set pass. Okay, interesting. I'll go ahead and draw. There's a lot of things that can be. None of which are exactly. So, exactly know how. It's probably a 2K defender. Could also be any of the searchers in which you're saying that this is. I actually think I'm going to send them. Go ahead, sure.
Shower me with praise.
Alright, I'm gonna draw some drive.
There he is! Okay.
I think
Let's fight for his back.
I remember season 1, 2200.
You're still playing the bugs. We're in a new season and the bugs are back.
New season, new years. I'm going to not attack. I have 2 passes.
Okay, I think we can
Delicate as silk.
literally anything.
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid
Wait,
would.
one, you just kept that sense. You obviously took it. Well, I think we're gonna have to take turns eventually, so I guess we'll just trust them. I will go ahead and run myself out here. Block attack the drive. And just hit it. Sure. And go from 2.
Stand by phase. He is so happy.
And
Shower me with praise.
Advance!
Alright, I'm going to activate Ragged.
oh, guys. You know, there's a whole distribution saga for you. This they're on it.
Oh, I could see that. I'm gonna roll some of the kitchen now.
Sure.
Touch for 60.
I'll take the 16.
Alright.
At least I got the Regeki out, so. Send it back. All good. That's everything. Sure.
I'm a little low on energy.
On attack declaration, we'll activate Robin Gun. Yo! Giant stone soldier.
I'll take that.
Yep, and we different card out. Yeah, so let's go ahead and read this one closest to your deck.
Oh! What?
That's what the die rolled, buddy. Okay, nice. Good.
Incinerate!
I have notes.
Okay, we'll draw. We're gonna have to deal with this and take advantage while we can. So I'm gonna run out my reaction power. Battle. It's your clown.
So, I'm going to discard color, so I don't get that.
Whoa! Okay, well to be fair, like this basically just traded for like any card in the
Yeah, I mean,
it's not bad. Not bad. I will pass, so. On the Karibo!
yes, sir. I'm just a saxophone. I'm going to summon.
Ooh, okay, this is a pretty good pull.
Yeah, she's great. I think it's one of the better. She's going to summon your tunes. And then she runs her summon with battle base and I'll attack her. Just try to swing.
Sure, you're
into a spirit of myself. I have
got 2. Well, buddy, you know, you got to draw 2, so I think it's totally fair. Alright, we're trying. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and set.
12. Stand up. Sure, put up. Thunder.
Thunder Dragons! Okay. Usually got some
Wings of darkness!
Okay.
Drop your weapons! Eyes on me!
It's your corrupt. Stop this. It is my last plan.
My royal decree!
I get so good.
Do not attempt to resist! Final warning!
I saw you peeking in the... Yeah.
I'm gonna dream cloud.
Oh my... Yeah.
It's out. It's right. Sure. He keeps his position though. Mr. Master. I would just say
That's such a compliment. It's disgusting. Okay. They're gonna make it one. Well, I guess this is as good as time as any. I am going to activate germ infection targeting your super gene.
oh. Sorry,
So, my standby phases, your Suigen's gonna get sucked like...
The fuck?
this works, no problem.
My thingy connected to yours?
Yours?
Huh? What?
That's yours?
Yeah, I was watching my YouTube video and then all of a sudden my fucking audio got cut off and then I was like, wait, it's Bluetooth?
Yeah. Draw. Stand by me. I am going to normal summon Witch of the Black Forest.
Gross. The witch has returned.
Alright, I'm gonna go to my mouth.
Sure.
The Suijin minus. It's not minus anything.
No, it's not minus anything. This card's not that good.
Okay, I'm gonna
Next
go
on the
12.
agenda.
23 total. That's fine.
Alright, turkey.
We'll draw. Let's see here. I am just dead. Good job.
This shop looks popular today. Wonder what the occasion is.
Nice.
Hmm.
More food.
Butterfly Dew Cosmetics now on sale. Huh, looks like it. Oh, Seedween's here too! Hey there, Seedween! Hello there, Traveler and Paimon. I hope you're keeping yourselves fit and healthy. You bet we are. So anyway, what are you doing here,
For
Seedween?
adventurers, that's kind of part of the business.
The Duke insists I take regular vacations in the Court of Fontaine. This one just so happened to coincide with a promotion for a new skincare product, so I came over to take a look. I like to keep up with the latest industry. Wait, you... It's called Beautés en Fleur. Oh, wow! You're a maritime flower? If Paimon... What's so weird about that? I really like this role. The staff at Cosmet... Well, they sure don't want to make an enemy of the maritime... Obviously, it's because of Seedween's love for beauty. Still, the truth is, I study this field because I cherish my own appearance. Oh, the words of a master... Not really. Actually, Milesian aesthetics are very... If I had to describe our approach, I'd say it's based on cuteness.
Oh yeah, isn't the story for Siegeween about
Really?
racism?
Yep. Still, I really value my... Turns out, my knowledge and experience... Oh, Paimon gets it now. But... Ooh, wait, sorry. That was... No, I don't mind. If you're interested. A shape-shifting story? Oh. Long ago...
Already?
Humans rejected Melazines, and Melazines feared humans. There was one Melazine who became fascinated with human medicine, but no human wanted her help. And there was one girl who liked Melazines, so no humans would make friends with her. So, the Melazine became the girl's friend, and the girl became the Melazine's patient. Your checkup's all done. You are still in perfect health. Thank you, Dr. Melazine.
At least know each other's names.
In this game of doctor and patient, a friendship was born. Then, one day, the girl fell ill. The Melazine was the only doctor to arrive on time, but the adults sent her away.
Scram! Melazines can't be trusted!
So just because I'm not human, I can't save my best friend? In desperation, the Melazine approached the frightening witch. She begged and begged until she got a reply.
If you take this potion, concocted of sin, you will gain a human face and grow human limbs. But then, you will lose everything that attracted this friend of yours to you in the first place. Can you accept that?
The Melazine did not hesitate for very long. On a rainy night, a little doctor knocked on the girl's door. The doctor wore a hood and raincoat, maybe to protect her from the rain, but maybe also to hide a secret. The little doctor held the girl's hand and treated her illness, just as she had so many times before. Dawn came, and the little girl's condition improved. But the little doctor was long gone, for she knew her friend would never recognize her again. And so, since then, I've lived my life
What
in
happened to her
human form.
voice suddenly?
Most people who know me just think I was born this way.
Man, that's so lame. Why couldn't we just have a proper,
potion? Why does it
playable,
sound like a fairy
other
tale?
race character?
Trust me, it must be the way you told it then.
This is probably
It just
gonna be the
sounds
only
so-
time you'll hear me compliment League of Legends. But that's like the only, like, free-to-play
Not
gacha
every Melazine would
game.
take
Well,
human
it's not a
form to save their
gacha,
human
I
friend.
guess.
That must have been a huge decision.
Where there's a lot more in terms of body types. You got men, you got
Treating
women, you
patients
got
is a doctor's
tall women, you got fat
must
people,
always
you
find a
got
way,
black people,
even
you
when the
got
going gets
tiny
tough.
people,
Ugh,
you
it's
got
so crazy
straight
that
up
they turned you
animals,
away
you
just
got
because you were a
animal
Melazine.
human hybrids,
Especially
you got
when their daughter was so sick.
straight up just a
Well,
monster. She's the best.
Sometimes appearance can be a real barrier.
I like her.
But that was a long time ago. I like how I look now anyway.
I don't.
Phew, Here's
Attention customers! Thank you all for waiting. Now, on
I'm
behalf of
against
our
the lack
skincare
of
partner, I'm
diversity in
delighted-
character designs for playable
Let's
characters.
have a look. Really? Personal.
Allow me to introduce to say that it improves skin quality. We are thrilled to have the inventor of this fantastic...
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Rawat, and I develop.
Wow, he's a researcher?
It seems
Yes.
that everyone
What
is
a looker.
surprised
They
by
gave
my
him. They gave him
entrance.
a fucking.
Or should I'm well aware that
Different hair
researchers
color.
are of course, appearance is a skin deep. It can rob a young person of. But what if I told
this
you
reminds
that
me of
those, if our
Creep
appearance
here.
prevents us from change,
What's it called
wash away
again?
moles, birthmarks, and wrinkles, and they can no longer rob us of our confidence. Replace them with lust. That is why Butterfly Dew exists. Its mission is to allow us to shed our pupae, undergo a complete metamorphosis, and embrace a new...
Well, whether it actually works or not, after that...
Mr. Robot,
Of course, I tried it many times while I was testing.
Wow,
Still, I don't expect to convince you just by blowing my own trumpet.
Oh, hi, volunteers!
Ah, what an honor! It appears we have a giant of the Fontaine Beauty
Sure.
oh, is that
Here you go.
Well, it's very kind to the skin, and the absorption rate is high. Wow, now that's high praise.
I'll take one.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yesterday,
well, all
I
that
passed
remains for me to say is
25,000
Butterfly Dew
subscribers,
is
and while it
now
is very
on
exciting,
sale.
I'm currently still focusing on being on the fast track to 30k subscribers, and there'll
Think we should
probably
buy
be
a
a
bottle
bigger
too?
video when that happens. But today, in honor of this achievement, I wanted to make Why Nobody Plays Sparks. Now, this was suggested by another tuber, Rank 10 UTO, and I thought it was so good that I had to make it into a real video. But let me tell you, that when I make these Why Nobody Plays videos,
Wait,
while
shit, I didn't
y'all
mean to
will
compliment her.
talk
And
about
if you're
the
worried
card
about
for the
whether
entire
it's the right
video,
product-
the point is that I'm using the card in the title to sort of lay the groundwork for a bigger discussion about deck building or the game in general. And I'm going to show you that by taking a look at Sparks, the card that is so obviously bad to every single player. And I'm going to apply this card to two different perceptions on the game. First of all, I want to apply Sparks and talk about how good a burn card actually has to be competitively viable, either in burn or outside of burn. And then I'm also going to take a look at Sparks because something that's been bothering me is how different players analyze different cards. I feel like there are cards such as Sparks that are so bad that every player, no matter how casual, just picked up the game yesterday, I feel like they can make fun of them. But then there's some cards that are a little bit more
It's an
controversial.
honor
I'm
to
going to talk about
With
this
most
as well. So
skincare products,
how
yeah,
good
this
does a
one
burn
has
card have
instant
to be?
benefit. Don't worry
Actually,
though,
fine.
I plan to keep
Sparks
using
is
it.
pretty bad. It only does
I was hoping
100
for a more
damage.
casual conversation,
It's
but
not very good.
C-Dream!
How much more do you have to increase
excuse
damage
us,
by to actually make it
Wait.
viable?
That's
To
right,
look at
and
Bocaz, that's just 800
well, I
damage. Is
don't
that
normally
card good
handle
enough?
custom. Butterfly Dew is made for all skin
You look
types,
at
so
a
no
card
matter.
such
why
as
would it work better on Fontaine?
it does have a restriction,
In
but it
the
does
interests of
1,000
protecting my
damage.
trade
Is that card good
secrets,
enough?
Alright then.
Even a
Save
card
yourself the
like Tremendous
trouble.
Fire isn't
I'd be
really that
greatly
great.
honored to have
Does
both of
the
you.
same amount of
Let's
damage
private fun
destruction and also hits you for 5. And we can look at a
I
card
can
like
see why you
Chain
might
Strike
think that,
has
but
the
please
potential
don't
to do a whole
misunderstand.
lot of damage.
To me,
Now, that
finding
card
new
does
customers
a
for
lot,
Admirers
so that
of
card
physical
is
beauty.
therefore
It's
better
nothing to
than
be ashamed
Sparks
of, Miss
actually
Piper.
has.
This is a fact of life.
But also
It's only
found itself
natural for people
on
to
the
desire
forbidden
to become
list for a
beautiful.
really long time, pretty
You're
much,
right.
since it came out.
Everyone was
It is a bit of a nice
My
breath, fresh
apologies,
air
but
to
I have
have.
other things to attend to.
Although
I'll leave
I'm
you with
so
these two bottles
highly
of Butterfly
certain he's
Dew,
a
and I
villain.
look forward to
How
seeing
much
you again.
damage do we have to put on
He definitely is, but a beautician that's a guy that isn't gay or has any sort of queer implications in his character.
I just think there's room, really?
That's nice.
Then why
How
do
much
the
attack does a level 4
researchers
no
are very...
monster
You
have
can point out their
for it to
flaws,
That
their
stereotype
faces,
is
if I've
stupid.
mentioned it. Ah, fair enough. That makes it you're interested in the more effective... When you say more effective, you mean
to
as
6,000
me?
damage. But
It's
anything
probably
less than
time I
that,
got back
not
to
so
the
much.
point. Alright,
Just kind of
see you
figured
there then.
it out. So I'm going to apply that same sort of philosophy to burn cards. How strong does a burn card have to be to
I'm
actually
buying for a
be
friend,
viable
but I just want to
against
check. This
any
is
deck?
designed for
Now,
both
the
women
comparison
and...
we can make is Magic Cylinder. And I'm going to talk about Magic Cylinder a lot
Who's the
more
brand?
in the second half of this video. But if we're just talking about Magic Cylinder's potential for damage, it's around 2,000 to 3,000, maybe 2,000, especially probably anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500.
We gotta kill the seals.
And you're also negating attack. Now, it is slower than a normal spell card, but if there was a normal spell card in the game that said it's like 2,500 damage to your opponent, would you play it? Competitive players play it? Sure, you'd probably play a card that did 2,000 or more damage in a deck like Trickstars that does
Just up
primarily...
ahead, traveler. The ingredients for
Other
C-Dream
than
should be
that, I
nearby.
don't think a card that just did 2,000 damage would be good enough. I'm not even sure if a card that did 3,000 damage. I'm not sure if anything below 4,000 life points would actually be good enough. And that sounds extreme. That might sound more extreme to some players, or some players might think that good. But of course I wouldn't play something that cool. That could mess up like 1,000 damage because it's a -1 card economy. And that kind of goes to show how far competitive players will go to maintain a card economy. Because yes, you can OTK your opponent if you happen to draw your 3 copies of that card, but there's a reason Nurse Burn isn't a viable deck. Yes, it takes a little more setup, but Nurse Burn is a deck that can very easily push out 9,000 points of damage, but it's inconsistent and has no advantage gain mechanisms, so it's not considered to be a competitive deck even at its prime, which I might argue right now is its prime because it's recently been allotted to be Dark Lord cards with all that support. So I don't think a Burn card would be able to be competitive unless it did like just ridiculous amounts of damage. And then we can also look at it from the standpoint of is a more versatile card going to be good even if it has less burn? But look at a card like Poison of the Old. Poison of the Old Man doesn't do a ton of damage, but it also has the potential to gain yourself life points. Now, cards like that would actually be pretty viable in a game such as Hearthstone, and cards that in Hearthstone that do 2 different things potentially are usually considered very good, especially if one is like increasing your life or decreasing the opponent's life. But it doesn't really transition so well. Now, Poison of the Old Man does see some fringe play in our Roll Mages, but I'm not sure we can use that to make the card competitive. Similarly, how good would a card have if we gave the exact layout of Poison of the Old Man? How much would the damage increase and decrease have to be for you, or not damage, since it's life point gain or life point? This is what I meant to say. How much of a gain would it have to be? If the card only either dealt 2,000 or gained 2,000, would that be worth it compared to a normal spell that did 4,000 damage? No, I'm not quite sure. I think that it really, all that matters is how much damage it deals. I don't actually think versatility of the burn card, in this case, if the versatility upside is potentially gaining life points, I don't think that matters so much. It just comes down to how much damage the card does. Now anyway, moving on to the next topic, how bad does a card have to be for it to be acceptable to make fun of it? So there's like 3 categories of cards that I've noticed in terms of what you YouTubers generally laugh at. So the first category is cards that anyone can laugh at. Sort of like Sparks, sort of like Zone Eater, a really popular one. These are cards that you'll be hard-pressed to find anyone that will actually defend them, and they're kind of just memes, because they're so obviously bad. They don't do anything, they're really slow, they don't have a lot of text either, so it's not like something even really up for debate. And I think those cards are really safe to make fun of, and I usually avoid making fun of those cards, but I can see why people do, because it's sort of casts a wide net, like what you want your audience to laugh at. Then there's like the next level. This is the level that I sort of mock and this level is cards that are mostly bad, and the majority of people would agree are bad, that some players usually can't find a way to argue in like defense of them.
No worries. Actually, we were looking for
This inmate came running to the guards in a
such as Card Trader
a
and Fox.
doppelganger.
Both these cards that
That's what I thought when the report first
they
reached
keep
my
coming
desk.
up structure decks
But
that are
even
reviewed.
considering how
I
certain
always
he
say
is
that
of what he
there's
saw,
always something
I can
else
only
you can play.
surmise that he's having some
Card
mental...
Trader is clearly just designed for decks that have bad cards in them to swap with
Evaluation
that.
complete.
Although the
I
defense,
couldn't find any.
I see.
the reason you're not playing Card Trader is because
So
it's
do you
really
still
slow.
believe-
I have to
Also, your
assume
deck should
so
just
for now.
always have good cards. You
Psychological
shouldn't
issues
play
are more
bad cards.
difficult to detect.
But plenty of people
At
have
this
defended.
stage,
I didn't know you were a therapist as well.
he isn't a man of his
Same thing with
cognitive
Foxfire. To me,
faculties.
and to most
The
people,
rumor mill will go
Foxfire
crazy
looks
according to
really,
this
really
concerns.
bad. And I mean,
Guards,
it's
take him
so
to the
slow,
ward for a
it's so
period of
conditional.
observation.
Even
The
when
Mara show
you
say
beat the
Phantom has
conditions,
requested
it
my
doesn't
cooperation
really
on the
accomplish
case,
anything.
otherwise I
And
deal
yet,
with this
in a ton
myself.
of videos, people
Sorry,
say,
No
well, I
problem,
have
Murphy.
Foxfire
By
and
the way, we have
Backfire.
a couple of
It's a
guests
whole
here
bunch
who've
of
made the
damage to
trip
my
just to
opponent,
see you.
therefore the card isn't
I
as bad
imagine
as
it must
you
be
got.
important.
So that's sort of like the
Traveler.
second level of cards. These
I'll
are
be in
ones
my
that
office
probably
if you desperately need me.
I don't know exact percentages here, but I'd say just from my own comments on videos that have like 20k views, 90% of
Would
the
you mind
commenting
waiting for
was
just a
cards are
moment?
bad. There is like
Sure.
this
Cease waiting.
10%
We
of the
brought
audience that
seems to have
yeah,
taken
maybe
a
some of
turn
them are
for the
defending it as sort of
Don't
like a
panic.
meme, but a lot of
Let's
them
start
are
by
very
sitting him
sincere
down
with
here.
saying like, well, hold on a second.
Paimon had no
Trader
idea
isn't
how
bad,
busy it can
Foxfire
get for
isn't that bad.
Seedween.
That's sort of
Maybe
what I
now's
mean by
not
the
the time
second
to
level.
ask for her
Now, the
help
third
with
level is the
skincare.
one
That's
that's
fine.
most interesting
Besides,
to
it might
me,
actually be
and
interesting to
usually
observe
are
her
the
at work.
videos that are more controversial.
This could hurt.
So these are
So
the
I
ones
suggest-
that pretty much every competitive player
Did
laughs at, but that
Jason
casual
not?
players
What happened to
adore. And now what I'm
It's
talking about
anyone's
here,
guess.
not
No,
face
not
must
gonna
not
show the
show you after a
girl,
life
not
of
enough
defense.
budget for it.
specifically
But
cards
since he's
like
a serious
Magic
offender,
increase
he
the
can't be
age
allowed out for
rating.
medical
Dragon
treatment.
cards that look like they have upsides,
head
and
nurse to give
maybe
him something to
will
manage
win
the symptoms.
some games, and that's really
this is
the
gonna
big
be
difference
awkward.
with these cards, is that they
Marsh,
actually
Phantom.
do have the potential to
Yep,
win you a
it was
game,
a
unlike
huge case.
the first or
Get
the
back,
second
beat down
category.
gawking.
But competitive players laugh at, usually
Not yet.
because the
I need
deck
to
that
check
they
the
go in is
severity.
bad, the card
Don't
is
worry.
too slow,
We
or
Melazines
it's
have
too
a very different
inconsistent.
sense of
These
Don't
are things that
patronize me.
casual players usually
I look
don't
like a
think
kid.
about.
Hey, lose
When
the
you make fun of
attitude.
these
You
cards,
dare talk.
you're sort of
Oh, it's
inviting
fine.
two types of comments. You're
Okay,
inviting
I'm going to
one set of
put
comments
my
from competitive
nice
players or
green.
better than average
Can I
players
leave now?
that are agreeing with you that the card
Not
isn't
a
very
peep.
good. And those
Thank you,
comments
Siege
are
Man.
about 50%
And I
of them.
apologize
But
for the trouble.
problem is that, I don't know if it's a problem, but
Traveler,
what ends up happening
I'm
is the
a-
other
we
50%
did,
of
but we
comments
don't wanna-
are people
Don't be
saying,
silly.
because the cards
You
have
take
a
rest
lot
here
more
if you
potential
want.
upsides in like the previous categories,
Or
that these
alternatively,
cards
is
in
there
fact
anything we can
are
help
really
you with?
good,
That's right.
and they'll sort of defend them to the
It's the
death
least
and
we could
write
do.
paragraphs and paragraphs about them. And I think that those
point.
cards are the most
Kind-hearted
interesting to
humans start
discuss.
to
The reason
develop
I discuss them
guilt
the
if they
most on
accept
my
free
channel
help from
is
others.
because they're the ones that really get people talking.
Don't worry.
They help
I'll take a
people
look at my
learn.
schedule.
Because we can
I'm
sit
sure
here
I
and
can
talk
find
about how
something
bad
to treat
Zony
this
is all day.
condition.
We can sit here and
I
talk about how
gotta
bad
warn you,
Sparks
though,
is every day.
it'll be tiring
That's not going to
work.
help anyone
So
develop
I
as a
suggest
player.
you take
Those
a
cards
break
are
first.
obviously
Then
bad.
come back and
But when
see
you talk
me when
about a
you're
card like
ready.
Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, a card that's, I mean, it's huge. It has 4,000 attack. It's double piercing. It's played in like one of the best fan favorite decks of all time. And when we get talking about why that card is bad, well, now it gets a lot more interesting because you have people debating from both sides. And we can look at statistics and know that Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon isn't really competitively viable, but people will still argue that it is. And I think that that's where I really like
for the traveler.
comments, seeing
First,
people defend the
I'd like you to
cards, seeing
lie
people
down
apply to
in
those
this
people, and just creates this cycle of people hopefully increasing their Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge and maybe discovering that those cards aren't actually as good as they are. But anyway, thank you so much for the 25,000 subscribers. Hopefully you enjoyed this debate. Maybe I'll try to pick cards that aren't so obviously bad, such as Jarred Reed and Sparks, but I think it's kind of fun to look at them just for the sake of looking at them. And I will see you guys later.
Way more
Bye.
interesting than the usual malingering inmates. When you played along very well, Paimon, I observed you two for quite a while after that. Well, this is awkward. But why do you need a... no time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Please just do as... Okay. Well, your mother has enough on her plate with a busy job.
I know. I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower level. I thought I'd be able to have some fun here at the fortress for a few days.
What?
But it's always, don't...
All right. Sit yourself down and I'll take your temperature.
But Doc, it's so bitter. Can't you just write me a note saying I'm on the mend?
I sure...
Huh?
Well, if you want to rely on your own immune system to clear up your fever, oh, then you'll have to tough it out like this, young lady. Hang in there, traveler! Are you gonna puke? As long as you're tough enough to get through the nausea and... Hey! Wake up! Put it this way. Oh, of course.
It's so bitter.
All done. Great job, you two. That kid really doesn't know what's good for him. His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately. He was
Honestly,
quite
I can't
happy at
relate.
first. He seemed to think that the fortress
Apart from spicy food, I can take on just about any food.
So you made us put on that act just to scare a kid into taking his
Well, I
medicine?
was a bit of a picky
That's a
eater,
pretty
but when it
sneaky
came to
trick.
medicine, I never
Seems
really
like there's
complained.
a whole side to siege we never knew. It's a technique I learned from my teacher. Oh, you had a teacher? Was she
I was the type of kid back then when it came to food,
She was human. She
the...
passed away a long time ago. Oh,
What's the
sorry.
word for it? The extravagance, like the performance,
I really
not
liked my
performance,
teacher.
the
So it's always
the
nice
looks,
when I get to talk
I
about her with other
suppose,
people.
mattered more than the
She was a
taste
traveling
of the
doctor.
food for
And
me.
since she didn't have a clinic, she'd go out
As long
and
as
visit her
your
patients wherever they
presentation,
were.
there you go, that's the
Dealing
word.
with
As
the
long as it
badly
was
behaved
presented
ones was
good,
her
I'd be
specialty.
willing to eat it no matter what.
She used to say, if you You can scare the little brats into taking their
There's a
medicine.
very sour
You won't have
candy
to
I
hear
liked
them
eating
wailing
back
and
then.
screeching when their condition
I don't like
gets worse.
sour. But like it was just, it looked super
She
cute
sounds
and
like
it
a pretty strict
felt
teacher.
super good in the mouth. I didn't mind the taste.
Strict. Well, that's not how my teacher saw it. She thought of herself as terrifying to kids. Strange way for a doctor to describe themselves. As it
Nice.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay. Yep. All the children she treated thought she... Why does it almost sound like... Oh, because I am. If she was here, all the children would... A doctor who looks like a witch. True. Oh, me, on the other hand...
I think doctors just need to look very trustworthy.
Children aren't afraid of me at all. That's actually a good thing. Oh, my next patient should be arrived. Sure thing. On to the next... Is it nighttime already? Well, thanks to you two. Should we get some rest? It's getting pretty... Oh, there is one last thing. I have to keep it confidential? It's fine. You're not living here anymore, so it's okay if you know. All it is... Wait, you mean those? How... My patients refuse to eat any healthy meals I prepare in front... Considering even the chef's version makes people uneasy. You want to find out? I can teach you how to make it.
No thanks.
That way, The ingredients are ready. Now, put them on the table and add them in the order I tell. First, we add this special slime condensate. Yeah, it really does. Until you... Next up, xenochromatic crystals. Wait!
Channeling put slime as well, you know, so...
Are you sure they're edible? Finally, we'll need some high-protein meat. Frogs are an excellent choice.
You're not wrong.
And we're done. All that's left now is to pack them. Yesterday in the production zone, I noticed an inmate who's been working for 2 days straight. Siege Wing really does have the inmates' best.
What the fuck really is this place? Because we're almost out of Fontaine, where that's never gonna be answered. May as well get our lunch here as well.
Ah, head nurse. Got some extras for...
Just the one today.
Sounds good. I'll make sure...
Sounds like they're talking in code. Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I only wish I could do more.
That won't do. If you were to...
All right. Nurses...
Well, I'm done with work for today. It seems like the guards and staff here have a lot of respect for you.
Head nurse, please, wait. I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night, but...
Okay, just relax.
The guard at the observation ward, Odilon, he told me to pass on a message to you. One of the inmates there, the guy suffering from possible hallucinations, well, he seems to have made a sudden recovery, and now he wants to apply for permission.
Already? You were right to tell me. I'll have to Looks like we've got one job as medical assistants left.
Where's the... There it is. Okay. I like the fortunes I used to get in Inazuma more. Where the hell's the mental health ward? Or asylum?
Oh, wow! Great input. I couldn't agree more. Really? Gonna put my cat to the mouth. It's alright, what is that?
Ah, head nurse,
out.
you're
Can you
finally
prove
here.
it, though?
I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you,
Think that
but
you
I
can.
believe I've now made a full
Got me there,
recovery.
Knuckles.
After giving it
That's
some
right,
thought,
Blaze.
I'm sure that I was probably just seeing things. It's stress-related, I
You can
imagine.
say that. That's
I'd
kind
been
of fucked
working
up.
long hours, so I definitely wasn't in the best state of mind.
God. Couldn't get banned.
I totally
Oh,
understand.
no.
Still, I
My
have to give
career's
you an
over for
examination
sure.
before I can
And it
discharge
didn't
you,
even start.
okay? So, take a
Oh,
deep breath and
Jesus.
don't be nervous.
Get it done.
It'll be the exact same procedure as we did this morning. We can start whenever you're ready.
Again, so sorry. I was in such a state this morning, I barely recall anything. Would you mind taking me through it again?
Oh, not at all. It's a lot to remember. First up, we have a little cognitive test.
Your pinky.
All right, all indicators. So it was a stress-induced hallucination? Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork.
Please, head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. I'm just still... Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep.
It can be difficult to... I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery.
Great. I can't thank you...
Mr. Odilon, could you...
Of course. I'm on guard duty in the administrative area tonight.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh? Yep. Oh, no rush. Serious. Well, tomorrow it is then. Oh, don't you worry. We will. After a productive day of work, we're both gonna sleep like a log. Yeah, sleep tight, Siege.
There you go. Good, just in time.
Ad Astra Ab. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra Ab.